Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Make Art with Mrs. M. Today, I want you to focus on these words over here. We're making something based out of Mexico. We're going to be using Sharpie markers, some metal, and some cardboard to make what's called an hojalata. I know the H is there, but that's a silent letter, hojalata. These are made with metal, and this is like a thin tin or a thick tin foil, but it's it's bendable. It is This one is gold on one side and silver on one side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, it's a little bit bigger than the piece of cardboard that I'm going to use to keep it sturdy and keep it from being so flimsy. So I'm going to flip to the gold side and I'm going to take this metal and just bend it around the outside edge of this piece of cardboard, like from a box. This is from like a box that something was shipped in. So I bend the top and bottom over first, and then I'm going to take the other sides. Now they are top and bottom, and just take my time and careful because the edges can be a little sharp. And I'm just going to bend it over like so, like that. Voila. So now I have something that is a square. I think this is like a 5-inch square, which is plenty big enough to make something lovely. We're going to use this wooden stylus to draw our design. This stylus has one end that is flat but slightly pointy and one end that looks like a pencil. That gives us plenty of a wonderful tool that can be used to emboss this metal. And by emboss, it means that you're going to make certain areas raised and certain areas are going to be lower. It's like a low relief sculpture almost. I have some examples here that were done by students in the past. I love that when you add Sharpie marker to this metal, it becomes just this shiny, wonderful metallic color. This goldfish, or I think it's a goldfish. I think it goes this way. Yes. It's beautiful. You can see the water and the texture on the fish's tail and fins were embossed by that student. This looks like a little angel. Very nice. Adorable. Looks like a Greek vase. And you can see where everything was embossed. You can feel it with your finger. I love the colors that this person used. Those color choices are wonderful. I don't know who this guy is, but he looks like he's up to something. I think that's pretty cool too. Yeah, another creature lurking in the waters. His mouth is red, so that is definitely not a good sign. And this one looks like a lion. That mane is insane. It is wonderful. I love the colors used here as well. So we're going to be making an hojalata. I'm going to put my examples up here so they can stay out and just be part of the backdrop for this wonderful time we're going to have together. Okay, so what can I make today? I'm not sure, but quite often they did a sun. So I'm going to make a sun that has all kinds of wonderful things going on. So I think I will just start with a circle. And when you press down the metal, because of the cardboard underneath, you can make your impression and you're embossing this metal. So I'm going to press down a little harder. I prefer to use the end that looks like a pencil because it's like I'm just writing. Then I'm going to add like flames. So I'm going to make my flames a little bit curvy. So they're not going to be like pointy. Sometimes we see those stylized suns and they're have little pointy flames sticking out that look like little triangles. I'm going to make mine have a little bit of a curve. See how that's working? And you can see where the areas are raised there. I'm going to keep going around with that, keep going around. And know that I am not a machine. I saw a video on YouTube about how coins are made. And there are some really big machines that make all the coins at the US Mint. And the process is amazing. Well, I am an artist, so I like doing things by hand. And this is really fun to do. And you know what? Don't feel any pressure. You can't erase on this, but you can turn something that was a mistake into a happy accident. I like to call them happy accidents because you turn it into something that wasn't expected. And you just go from there with it. So, okay, here we go. I think I'm done. All right, and then my son can have a face. My son can wear sunglasses, or I have some really cool eyes. Let's see. I think I'm going to give my son some spiral eyes. That spiral goes around like a circle, and I just go around and around. Cool, right? Spiral eyes. Let's see, what kind of nose do I want to have? I think I don't want to give this son a nose, but I am going to give this son some really big cheeks. So I'm going to make a curved line here and a curved line here on both sides of the face. And then I'm going to repeat that curve inside with smaller curved lines. And all the way I'm embossing this and giving it more texture. And then between those cheeks, I'm going to add a great big smile. In fact, I'm going to make it a really wide smile. Cool, huh? Yeah. I think my son might need some eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and press down and emboss that right in there. I just love the way that feels. I love it. I think I'll turn around to this edge right here that's just a beveled edge and make him have a whole bunch of teeth. Yes. Oh, that did. Wow, that feels great. Look at that. That looks great. And then what you can do is begin to add color. Now, I have, wait a minute. I can add some more designs around here. I think I'll go around my son and add some more details, emboss some more around this sun. In between these little flames, these amazing sun rays that are coming away from that beautiful, warm, celestial body we call the sun. All right, yep. I think the more that you emboss and the more details you add, the more wonderful that your design will look. Wow. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. Okay, now I'm going to add some color. I think I'm going to add red in these areas around this outside here. And I'm just using the Sharpie marker right on top. And I'm making it a point not to press down too hard because the areas that are raised, I'm going to want them to stay raised. And if I press too hard with this Sharpie marker, it is going to make the metal push down. And I don't want that. This is so fun to do. You know, I've even done this with just using some heavy duty aluminum foil, and I just like double the sheet of foil, and I use cardboard from like a box of crackers or cookies or pasta that is headed for the recycle bin. I just grab it up and cut that box so I have a shape that I want, and I can wrap it with foil. And the cool thing about that is that this cardboard box is so thick, it wasn't easy to cut any shape except for a square. But if you use the cardboard box from your recycle bin, it's easier to cut that into a shape like a heart or a circle. You can be more creative with the shape that you use for your embossing project. I'm sure there are other cultures other than Mexico that have embossed art that use metal, because metal can be found on all the continents. But the ones that I saw that were done by the Mexican artists were really pretty. And so that's why I wanted to share that name with you. Oh, where is it? Let's pull it back out again. Ojalata. Yeah, that's a pretty name for this little art form here. So as you can see, I'm going around with the red on the outer flame, and then the inner flame will be orange. Then I'll add yellow. So I'll be using warm colors on this. And this will be wonderfully, beautifully metallic and shiny embossed metal when it's done. So I'm going to pause this video for a minute, and I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. What do you think? What do you think? So far, so good, right? What do you think? So I added red first on the outer part of the flames, and then some orange, and the face is yellow. And I think I'm going to use brown for these eyes, for inside of these eyes here. This spiral, I have to take my time and do that. So this was fun. I really, really think that you will enjoy this. It's something that you can do with cardboard and aluminum foil right at home. But if you come hang out and do this with me, and we take our time, you know, the thing about the metal is these permanent markers are the best things to use. So using anything like your regular Crayola marker, something that might look like this, it won't stick to the metal. The water-based markers definitely won't stick to the metal. It will just smear and wipe off. But I had fun making this, and I'm thinking maybe because I'm looking at all the examples here and all of them have a solid color in the background, I think I might need to grab this blue and get busy with that. But it's amazing how embossing this metal just changes it from something that's flat and ordinary to something that has dimension, and it has the light reflects off it in different ways with the colors that I've added, and it's just lovely. It's a lovely piece. And so I hope you'll get a chance to work on this with me. It's called a Ojalata. The H is silent. This is inspired by the Mexican artists that make these wonderful things. Quite often they do a sun motif, but you could do whatever inspires you or whatever is in your heart to do. Like the examples that I have from previous artists who have done this project, and let me keep their designs for examples to show people like you. Fish, angels, characters, animals, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, whenever you make art, just have fun. And I hope you'll come back. I had fun with you today. I hope you'll come back and do some more fun stuff with me another day. Bye.